Before us working together, where were you at?
I did 4.2K US, and then end of September, I pulled in 8.5K.
We still got to hit the 10, the 15, the 20, but
Exactly.
doubling your comms in 1 month is insane, and I'm really proud to hear that. Welcome back to the channel. Today I got my boy Colton with me, who doubled his income in his very first month of us working together. So I won't steal too much of the show just yet. Colton, tell the people, man, who are you? What do you do? What do you sell?
Yeah, name's Colton, Colton Woods. I'm a closer for a BizOp offer teach people how to do wholesale real estate.
Okay. And before us working together, where were you at commission?
Yeah, so we started working together in the month of September, and in August, I did 4.2K US, and then end of September, I pulled in 8.5K US. So doubling my commissions in the first 30 days working with you.
Holy shit. That's good. And obviously we're still working together, so
Yeah,
we still got to hit the 10, the 15, the 20, but
exactly.
doubling your comms in 1 month is insane, and I'm really proud to hear that.
Thanks,
So
man.
take us back a little bit because your avatar is a little different, right? Your avatar is a little smarter than most people, right? A little more sophisticated. And oftentimes people think that the stuff that I teach is for just a retarded 19-year-old who wants to start a dropshipping store, right?
Okay.
Tell the people like who you're selling to, typically what their income is, like what their sophistication is, like who's your avatar?
Yeah, I would say it's a lot of higher income, like W-2, whether they're in sales or whether they do real estate investing, like fix and flips, buy and holds, or they have a high W-2 sales job and they're looking to get into real estate investing and to stack capital through wholesale real estate and then move on to fix and flips and
Mm,
actually buying properties.
got you. So a lot of egos
Mhm.
there, right? Especially just in that industry. And so
For sure.
before us working together, like the month you made four and even prior to that, what were some of the biggest challenges you were having with these people?
I would say urgency is a huge one. Um, yeah, urgency, um, getting people to take action on that first call and having a lot of callers go to follow up, dealing with the classic, let me think about it objections. Um, and then that would lead me to um, getting, like four pays or like going into like payment plan situations.
Mhm.
That was kind of what I was dealing with in
Mm.
the month of like August before we start working together.
So stuck in follow-up land, and then when you would finally get them in, it'd be a fucking greaser. Is that what I'm
Just a
hearing?
grief, yeah, exactly. Getting them over the line with some greasy payment plan, yeah.
So that's a pretty big improvement, man, because going from fighting people to get greasers to getting more pips, meaning your cash collection went up, is a result of you drawing more urgency, right? The
Yeah,
fact that they're willing to put more money up for it means that it's a bigger problem ultimately, right? So like
100%.
what exactly changed to where you are able to create more of that urgency with these prospects as opposed to before?
It's all challenging them um, early in the call, right? So you're not in a boxing match in discovery, which is a huge thing. And that comes down to, yeah, challenging them on their thought process, challenging them on why they haven't done enough to solve their problem and doing that early in the call. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, so it's not just, objection after objection after objection that you have to deal with, which I
Yeah.
mean, I guess some people like it, but at the end of the day, no one really like it's exhausting to just go into boxing matches at the end of the call every single time. So that's the
You
biggest
don't want
thing
to
is
fucking argue with
challenging early in
people.
the call. Exactly.
Yeah, you don't
Exactly.
want to argue with people all day, right? And
No.
like that's key, and I talk about this all the time, so it's kind of good hearing someone else say it, right? Do
Mhm.
you have like a particular call? And if you need a second to think about it, go ahead. Do you have a particular call where you challenge the hell out of somebody in the discovery and they move forward at the end? Either they gave you an objection and you were able to leverage the challenging, or they didn't give you an objection. Like, does anyone come to mind?
Yeah, there's two specific calls that come to mind that happened right at the end of September. The first one, Um, the classic thing is they give you their true objection within like the first 5, 10 minutes of the call, right? And so he worked long hours, but he wanted to leave his job and get into real estate. And so I knew that timing was going to be a huge issue. Will you
Mm.
have time to actually make the calls? Will you have time to, do this as a side business as he scales it up? And so recognizing that early in the call and then challenging him that, you're going to be stuck in this loop really like as long as you allow it because, you know, time can't be the reason why you don't do something. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
like
When
you
it's the
can't
reason
allow
you need to, right? Hmm.
exactly. So you're just in that self-sabotaging loop, right? That you can get stuck in forever. And so helping him see that was the thing that created the urgency, which was
Hmm.
ultimately the thing that allowed him to move forward in the end.
Totally, totally. And then you said there was a second one too. Was it along the same lines?
Yeah, the second one was really just going deep into his like logical pain and going deep
Mm.
into like his actual process and why that is not working. And then there was some fear-based objections that came up in the end, but I used what we have learned, what you've taught me, um, to get over those, some reframes, um, and that allowed him to, yeah, move forward and put a lot of cash collected up front.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, we're helping people, right? As cheesy as it sounds,
Yeah.
like, oh, we're here to fucking make a commission. We're helping people, man. And speaking of helping people, if we backtrack to our call, you had a little bit of nerves. You had a little bit of hesitancy. Let's take us back to that moment, man. Like, what was going through your mind? What were your hesitancies in investing, and what got you to move over the line and move forward?
Yeah. I mean, everyone knows investing in yourself is, you know, it's not easy, it's hard. But yeah, I did have some hesitancies for sure. Like I had done some sales training in the past that I had paid for. Um, and it was okay, I would say. It definitely helped, but this is definitely, a step above that.
Hmm.
And, going back to the hesitancy, it was just kind of a timing thing. And then, seeing how you challenged me on the call, um, definitely kind of gave me that reassurance. Like, okay, you know,
Oh yeah. Oh
it
yeah.
created that urgency in me and it works. So yeah,
And here we are a month later, right? And
exactly.
like that that person who was in your shoes, who's considering investing into themselves, whether it's with me or someone else, and because that's ultimately the I've been burned before objection, which we laughed about on that call, because that's what you would have
Yeah.
gave me if I didn't challenge you early on. What
Yeah.
would you say to that person who right now they have the I've been burned objection of I've worked with a coach or a mentor and I haven't gotten the results, so I don't know if I want to do it again. What advice do you have for them?
I mean, you just got to get off the line. Like, you just got to do it. Personally, the biggest thing that I experienced with other sales training in the past is everyone says you have to challenge prospects in the call, but I always felt lost, like I didn't actually know tactically what
Hmm.
to do to be able to do that. And the biggest difference I noticed within the first 30 days of us working together is you give the actual tactics to be able to challenge people, right? It's not just, oh, you got to challenge people, which is great. I think every salesperson kind of understands that, but it's
Right.
what does that actually tactically look like on a call? And that was the biggest unlock for me is like getting that tactics laid out plain and simple. This is the blueprint you have to follow. Um, and then it's just, if you're willing to put in the work and actually implement that, the results will come 100%.
Yeah. Yeah. And what's crazy too is like, yes, we work one on one, but guys, Colton isn't someone who I'm meeting with every fucking day, right? Or 3 times a week or anything. We've met maybe twice or 3 times over the last
Mhm.
month and a half, and he's been able to double his commission because you don't need me or any coach to handhold you, right? I give him the sauce, he implements the sauce, he sends me a call, I tell him what to fix in there again, right? Last thing I want to cover here, man, is I know like earlier on in the month, you had sent me a call and I gave you feedback, and the feedback was towards the root cause of why this woman did not move forward. How did that feedback differ from your sales managers? Because there's someone out there who's like, "Ah, I have a sales manager, I don't need a coach." What was the difference between the two feedback?
I mean, it's always night and day, to be honest. I think I remember that call. I had sent it to like my sales manager. I think even like the offer owner watched it. Um, but you just gave that like exact reason and specific spot in the call why they didn't move forward. And so it was really just night and day. And to go back to what you were saying, yeah, I think we have only met like three, maybe four times, but how I'm learning best from you is through just sending you calls, getting a call review, and then you sending me an example of your call that's
Mhm.
similar, and that is helping. That's helping a ton.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, let's keep pushing. Next time we do this, you're going to be at 15. Any last
Yeah.
words for the people?
If you're on the fence and you have been like I was watching Nick on Twitter. That's how I found him, and I was on the fence for a while. I booked a sales call. It's worth it. The results really, not just from me. There's other testimonials or results in the group. I mean, they speak for themselves. And if you're just willing to show up, put the work in and actually implement and get uncomfortable on your calls, you will make more money at
That's
the end
right.
of the day. His stuff works.
That's right.
And it's different than a ton of other sales training out there. And the proof is in the pudding. I mean, it works. So get off the fence, book the call, have a chat, and make more money.
Hell yeah. I appreciate you, my man. Well, as always, first of all, I'm proud of you. Continue crushing it. We're going to run this one again. As always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you want to double your commissions in the first 30 days working together, like Colton did, make sure you hit the link in the bio. As you could see, I work pretty closely with people. So I don't have a million slots, but I have a few open right now for the rest of the month. So click the link below, see if you qualify. If so, I'll see you inside. If not, I'll see you in the next one.